This is K5LYN, Lynn and Austin. We get together here on Wednesday evenings and talk about the early days of single sideband. Many of us are on vacuum tube radios. There's a big variety here of solid-state hybrids, and anybody on a modern radio that's interested in what we're doing here is also quite welcome. Buy-sell trades are appropriate if they're vintage radio related, and there are a lot of very expert professionals on the frequency. If you have a question about a radio you're working on, you might find the answers to those questions. So come in and let us know. All right, let me pick up way back early, 45 minutes ago. I heard Lyle on here, K5LT. Hey, Lyle, you still hanging out down there? How about it, K5LYN?
Well, good evening, Lynn, and everyone else on the net. Yeah, I'm still hanging out here, just surfing the internet, looking for stuff I don't need to buy. But everything's going good here. Everybody's sounding good on the pre-net. Booming in here tonight, so you can definitely tell we're getting into fall. Band's starting to come around earlier, and but running the usual here, the Heathkit SB 101 into a Heathkit SB 221 amplifier out to the double extended ZEP antenna running through the cedar trees. So other than that, nothing new. Did not get to make Belton this year. My daughter came home from college last weekend, so I spent the time with her instead of making that trip. But everything else going good, Lynn. Glad to hear you on. Thanks for running the net tonight. Back to you, K5LT.
Okay, Lyle, yeah, I only got to do Friday. I had other things I had to do, but I was able to get my car empty on Friday, so at least the trip was successful. By the way, I'll say that I'm on the Cheap and Easy SSB, a fabulous homebrew transmitter built by KG70R, and he also built a matching homebrew vacuum tube receiver to go with it. So the station is all homebrew except the amplifier. Richard made a Johnson Viking Courier available to me, and the meter says we got about 600 watts going out the door here. All right, W5DK, talk to us, Don.
Yeah, good evening, Lynn, everybody. It's good to see everybody. You too, Lynn. At Belton, it was a fun time. I'm on my normal station tonight, just a Drake TR4 with a shiny D104 and an early L4 amplifier, and it's going out through a double bazooka, I believe, is what it's hooked up to tonight. So good to hear everybody. Back to usual, I guess. Back to you, Lynn. W5DK.
Like we were talking at Belton, you know, you just can't go wrong on a TR4 or the TR4 series. Some of the rest of them can be a little bit tricky. Of course, I'm a Drake 2B receiver fan, but your TR4 always sounds good, and I had luck with them when I had mine. Anything else for the net, Dan?
No, sir. Thanks for running it, 7-3.
Good to see you, Don. We'll catch you later. TXW, George.
Hello, Lynn, and all around the net from WB5TXW for the finest hour of amateur radio for the week. So I'm on all the usual stuff, S-Line, 32S175S3, 30L1, the Bud Whitney power supply, that was a while ago. The speaker box I got from Sammy, the Shure 444, the 75-meter antenna, said was 450 ohm twin lead out in the woods, and everything seems to be working. So thank you for picking me up, Lynn. Over.
It's sounding fabulous, George. Let's keep our fingers and toes crossed about the haywiring I did on that power supply. It's held up pretty well.
Yeah, so far so good. The last disaster I had was kind of self-induced from half of the antenna falling down February of 21. You remember all that?
Yes, I do. Anything else for the net this evening, George?
That is it. WB5TXW back to net.
All right, let's see if Robert wants to talk to us any more about that excellent configuration he's got on the radio up there. What about it, WW9W, Robert?
Okay. 5 minutes, Lynn. K5LYN, WW9W remote. Yes, I am operating the remote station this evening, the ICOM 7851, and I'm using the RS BA1 remote control software to control it, although it's connected directly into my internet, my router. But, and the amplifier, I am running amplifier, about 30 watts into the Alpha 9500. It looks like about, oh hell, it's peaking about 1,400 watts now with 30 watts in. And the antenna is a Ultimax, the old double bazooka 8040. That thing has been up, I don't know, 10, 12 years, so it's been doing okay. And then the microphone is, like I said, that's an Echo Kilowatt Sierra Alpha Echo 900 is the microphone. I made a mistake earlier. Little gaming headset microphone. Seemed to work out quite well for me. And I'm remote controlling everything from the wife's office here with my little laptop here. I'm able to control the Alpha 9500, the radio, all my other watt meters and stuff. I've got a wave node watt meter. I can see everything on it. I'm using TeamViewer to get to the other computer in the shack where all this stuff is set up. So that's how I'm getting to it for that gentleman that asked that question earlier. Using TeamViewer to access the second computer where all the controls is at, except for the radio. It's on this laptop. Okay, Lynn, that's it for me. Good to be back on the air. We'll be back on the old boat anchors here probably next week. We are on the mend. The old surgery went well. I got a brand new titanium hip, and it all went well. So I give it back to you, and nice to hear everybody. Glad you guys had a great time down at Belton. I sure hate I missed it, man. That's the first time I missed it in quite some time. K5LYN and the boat anchors, WW9W. Listen up.
Absolutely the best remote sounding station I ever heard. You're right here in the room with me, Robert. Very nicely done. W5DPP, Sammy, talk to us.
Okay there, Leon. K5LYN. If I can find the foot pedal here, give a little more gas. This is W5DPP. And like I said earlier, I'm on the Trifecta radios here this evening. I'm on a 520 right now, and I'll let me switch over to the 820. It'll take me a minute or so. Well, I couldn't find the deadgum mic connection. All right, so I got to change the antenna and the mic connection. So this is an 820 here, same microphone setup, and all these radios are available if somebody would like to get one of them there and put it in their stable of stuff. All right, one more radio to try. Take a minute to switch. That 820 sounds great.
I like the 820 better so far.
Same here.
All right, this is a 530. So it went from a 530 to an 820 to a 530, all with the same microphone, D104, 444D, sure. So always a good radio for these radios. Either that or D104 works pretty good most of the time. Anyway, that's all we got. We thought we hadn't been on a boat anchor in a while, so we thought we'd try the trifecta there. So K5LYN, W5DPP.
You know, I think I'd run the audio down on that last one a little bit, Sammy. It's noticeably louder, but the audio's not quite as pretty. Is it easy to turn the mic down just a little bit and let us hear it?
Yeah, I would if I could, but I don't know where it is.
Well, I don't either. So we don't need to know. Yeah, I think it's too much audio on that one. But they sound awfully nice. And the old Kenwoods are amazing, aren't they? I mean, like 50 years, something like that, isn't it? Incredible. All right, moving on down the road. WOZ, talk to us, Dan, K5LYN.
Yeah, good evening, Lynn, and everybody else. And I do agree with Jay. It says from the beginning there, I believe that 820 is the best sounding one of the bunch. Guess I should have kept that here. Anyway, this is Dan, KWOZ, middle of Houston, talking on a Kenwood 830 and driving a homebrew 313s, about 1,300 and some odd watts. And I'm going to have to add probably about 20 picofarad, maybe 50 to the load control on this, because it's it's at maximum capacitance right now. I know I can get more power out of it with about probably 50 picofarad more. The only trouble with that is I don't have the ability to switch that in, so I'll put it in permanently, and it'll probably going to mess up. I know it won't mess up 80, 40, and 20, but it might mess up my 17-meter band position, so I'll have to figure out what to do so I can keep 17 on there, too. Anyway, that's about it. Oh, I have a question. If somebody is, it's got to be somebody that's familiar with tube-type receivers. I've got a couple of them here. It's not uncommon, but, I replaced all the electrolytics in the little receiver here. It's a shortwave receiver, and replaced all the tubular capacitors and all that to get rid of the hum. And it got rid of probably 90%, I'll say 85, 90%, but there's still some hum in there. And I remember reading in a magazine or an old book I've got here that there's other things you can do. And I guess I'm so old I don't remember what it was, but if anybody's got any more ideas, I'd be anxious to hear them. KWOZ, back to that. Everybody sounds good tonight.
I've got something for you. KG7TR that built this transmitter and receiver, he and I were working on some vintage broadcast receivers, and he sent me about 2 pages of notes about hum. And assuming I can find them, I'll send you copies. Might do you some good. And I did have one other thought that we often overlook. A filament to cathode short can let some AC ripple into a signal. So you might just take a quick thought about that. Over.
Oh. Yeah, that's true. That could do it. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to give that some thought here. I'm going to look at the schematic again. Okay, thank you very much, Lynn.
I'll see if I can find those notes from Mike and get them to you maybe tomorrow. Nice signal, Dan. All right, let me talk to my friend Doug, who we visited with up at Belton. For the one day I was able to go. WB1E, what about it, Doug? K5LY, and then we'll give this thing to Jay.
Yeah, hello, everybody. This is Doug, WB1E, over here in Bryan. The name is Doug. Talking on the regular old Swan 500 tonight with Electro Voice 638. And the Swan Mark I is its partner, running 2 4400s, putting out about 1.2 kW, driving at about 138 watts, I believe is the last time I checked it. So up through some RG213 to a homebrew inverted V. So I look at the filaments there, Dano. That's always the biggest problem with the guitar amps is the placement of the wire and all that other filament problems. So anyway, good luck with that. All right. I'll send it back to you, Lynn, and it's great to have you back, and it was great being also at Belton this last time. I wasn't as busy as I expected, but we no less had a great time. And next time there may be an astronomy quiz, though, since last time we didn't get a chance to observe, and Sammy had to issue refund checks. So anyway, all right, back to you, Lynn.
Outstanding, Doug. Yeah, and you've demonstrated once again the fabulous radio that a Swan 500 is. I don't have one right now, but I did for many years. Anything else for the net, Doug?
I saw a 750, and I let it slip between my fingers. See ya.
Yeah, I saw that too. I wasn't too sure what the deal was on it, so I've kept walking. But that was it did catch our attention for a little while. I'm not sure it's as good as your 500 though, but maybe we'll find out down the road. Okay, Jay, see if you can take this thing and straighten it out. KM5QS, K5LYN.
Well, I'll give her a shot. Dan, are you still listening?
Yeah.
Just a thought, maybe sometimes those old transformers get a little hum in them, either from loose mounting or the coils, the insulation gets a little, you know what I mean? But probably not, but you never know.
Yeah, I thought of that. So I used a separate, at least for a couple of the windings, a separate power supply I've got here that has multiple voltages. That didn't really help, but I've been thinking maybe the audio output transformer. I've had one of those give me a lot of hum problems in the past, so I thought maybe I'd just try a different audio output transformer also, but the Cathode to filament could very well be a potential. There might be one of those capacitors that's coupling it rather than isolating it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Lynn's probably right on that. It was just another thought. If nothing else works.
Oh yeah. I know one thing. If you can hear the transformer hum itself, you'll hear it everywhere.
Yeah, it does. It does telegraph. Alrighty. Well, good luck with it. Okay, let me see who I got first here. KE5Q, Jim, go ahead.
Okay, KM5QS and the net KE5Q, and tonight I'm running the Kenwood TS530S that I made a little trade with Byron WA5EDX, and Shure 444 going into the I'm going into the Clipperton L, and that's going into the Ultimax 8040 there, double bazooka. And sure good seeing everybody there last weekend. Some of you Thursday through Saturday. It was fun. KM5QS, KE5Q.
All right. Yeah, it was, Jim. It's always a good time, and I enjoyed seeing everyone there, too. Even though, anyway, I need an apprentice cook, I think is what I need. But can't win them all. Nah, it was a great time. It always is. I forgot to say what I was on tonight. I'm on a Kenwood TS820S using the R820 hooked up to it and transceive as a receiver, driving a TL922 amplifier to a homebrew tuner and a homebrew antenna 160-meter dipole with open wire feed line. The microphone is an Electro Voice 664 Alpha. It's not the big tire thumper one, but the little miniature one that kind of looks like it. Anyway, that's what I got. Whiskey 5, Fox Papa Tango. Come on in here, Paul.
Hey, good evening. Everybody's sounding good. We enjoyed Belton a lot, and good to meet you. The brisket was excellent Friday, sure was. Tonight I'm on the 520S. The amplifier is a single 3-500, goes to an amp supply AT1200 little tuner out to a 4080 double bazooka Ultimax. And that's the story here, Jay. Good to see everybody. Over.
Yes, sir. It's always a good time. But no matter what, little hiccups and stumbles along the way, but it's worth going every time. So thanks for checking in, Paul. Good to see you up there.
Roger.
All right, Perry, you didn't make it, but I'm going to say good evening to you anyway. KB0UOZ.
Yeah, okay, Jay. Well, I just sitting here thinking, hopefully one of these days, by golly, I'll get settled down, retired or something, and be able to make it down there. Sure hope so. Anyhow, let's see. I'm on my Kenwood TS520, just the straight 520, and running the little Heathkit SP1000 amplifier here, getting up around 800 watts, I guess. And going into my my Heathkit SA 2060 tuner, and out the back on the ladder line, up and out the window and all that, around and out and up to my 75-meter inverted Z-Watt. And I'm running the MC50 mic on this thing today. So hope it sounds okay and all that. So boy, the signals are good. Tonight I'm hearing everybody really good, and I think Kenwoods are going to win out tonight. Anyway, we'll ride along, Jay, and everybody, all you guys, thanks for being here, and we'll ride along. KB0, you own that.
Okay, Perry. Good deal. Yeah, Kenwood seems to be leading the pack right now. You never know, though. All righty. Thank you, sir. We'll catch you next week if you can. Okay, New Braunfels, KL7CD. Mike, you still there?
I'm still here, but I'm in New Mexico. Am I legal?
Oh, that's close enough. Go ahead.
Okay, thanks, Jay. Well, tonight I drove back. Well, first of all, let me say I went to Belton. And really enjoyed it. I was there Thursday evening, all day Friday, and Saturday. And of course, my starter went out on my old 40 Ford. I guess that was Saturday morning when I was trying to get to the Hamfest. And I coasted downhill and got it started and drove there. And it was getting near the end of the day on Saturday. The parking lot was about half full, and I had already arranged for some extra manpower to push that Ford and get it started when I went to leave. I hadn't sold anything, and David made me an offer I couldn't refuse, NE5TX. Bought my ART-13 and my Harvey Wells Bandmaster in one fell swoop, and then him and a couple other guys helped me push old Betty, my Black Betty, my 40 Ford, and get it started, and I drove home. Tuesday morning I got up and headed to Ruidoso in my pickup, and I got a phone call, and it was David, NE5TX, about the Harvey Wells. And he said he tried to put it on the air, and the fuse was blown. And I said, well, I don't know why that would be, but put another fuse in there and see if you can make it work. And he wanted to know what the switch on the front, the high-low switch on the front of the power supply was for. I told him, well, the low position was low voltage. I think it's around 300. And the high position is 450 on the plates of 807. So anyway, he called me today. I was eating lunch in a restaurant here in Ruidoso, and he said he put a new fuse in, and he got it all hooked up, I guess last night. And he was talking to everybody in Texas, and I said, well, what kind of amplifier did you have on it? And he said, I was running barefoot, and I'm putting out about 14 watts of carrier. And so he's happy, and I'm happy, because I don't have to give him any money back and take it back or anything like that. So it worked out good. A happy camper, and I'm a happy camper. Anyway, tonight I'm on the 520, 520S to be exact, here in Ruidoso, New Mexico at 7,000 feet. And I brought a 30L1 back to Ruidoso with me because my SB201 has a problem, and I needed an amplifier. I've been having trouble making the trip into the boat anchor net. So the 520 is going into a 30L1, running about, 450, 500 watts, something like that. It goes via coax to a dipole up in the ponderosa pine trees, about 45 or 50 feet. And the microphone is an MC50. So we got lots of Kenwoods tonight. And now all the check-ins have to add 2 transmitters to Kenwood because Sammy had 3 of them. High temperatures all this week in the mid-50s. I'm running the fireplace in the little cabin we have here. I got the heat pump running in the ham shack out back. And it's in the mid-40s in the morning when I get up. So it's pretty cool weather, cloudy, mist and rain, and that's supposed to last all week. So that's what's happening in Ruidoso, New Mexico. Back to you there, Jay. KL7 Charlie Delta.
Okay, Mike. Well, you're doing excellent from Ruidoso. Your 7 to 9 issue is no problem. Complete clear copy, and I guess the band's in really good shape, or that 30L1's doing the trick for you. But it's working, and yeah, good deal on the Harvey Wells. That's I hate comebacks, but you lucked out, I guess. Anyway, we look forward to seeing you next time, talking to you next time also. Thank you, Mike. Let's see, I got one more on the list. KC5L, Tom.
Hey, good evening, Jay, and everyone on the Boat Anchors Net. This is Tom, KC5L in San Antonio. And tonight we're on the usual here. We're talking on the Central Electronics 200B with the D104 microphone, driving a Central Electronics 600L amplifier, doing about 300 watts into a Palstar BT1500A tuner and a homebrew doublet up about 15 feet. And we're listening on the R390A. And lots of great signals this evening all around. really enjoyed Belton and looking forward to the next one in spring. That's all I have, Jay, so back to you, KC5L.
Okay, Tom, good deal. All righty, yeah, it's always a good time. Let me see. I don't know if Rusty's with us tonight or not. Rusty, are you on the air?
I'm here, Jay. Go ahead.
We got two more that I don't want it to get lost, Jay.
Okay, well, go ahead, Lynn, or I'll pick them up. You can pick them up either way.
Well, we got AG5XP Kenneth, and we got N5JGX Hugo was in here a while ago.
And WLI.
And Jimmy, okay. Well, yeah, I'll pick them up if you want me to.
Go ahead.
All right, Kenneth, AG5XP, go ahead.
Well, thank you there, Jay. Hello, everybody. We got to see y'all down at Milton. Had a good time there. Tonight we're on the old helicopters SX-101 receiver. Got the HT32A transmitter. Got it hooked up to the 33A amplifier, and got the old famous D104 microphone, making this thing all work. Going out of homebrew G5 RB antenna. That's what we got here from Central Texas. Back to you, Jay. AG5XP.
All right, sounding good down here. Okay, Hugo. Next time you're going to have to find your way out to see if you can't get the goodies if you don't come to the pit.
Yeah, I know. Jimmy had me all tied up there, man. He was strolling all around, finding the good deals. It's all good. The team effort, all of that. So yeah, next time I'm just gonna have to send someone to bring me a plate back or something. Who knows? Or show up. You're right. And the rig here is a Kenwood TS2000X, running an MC80 microphone and running an ALS 600. Maybe somewhere between 400 to 600 watts. Who knows? But anyway, that's what we got going on here. Everybody's sounding good, and looks like Kenwood's leading the pack today for check-ins. Anyway, well, very good, Jay. Everybody's sounding good tonight. Get to still pick up Jimmy. I heard him check in there as well. N5JGX, somewhere between Austin and Cedar Park. Over.
Well, I know I thought you were going to talk to me all the way to Belton there on 2 meters simplex on the way up, but I know you're out there somewhere. Now, thanks, Hugo. We'll catch you next time. All right, Jimmy, KC5WLF, your turn.
Okay, thank you, Jay. KC5WLF speaking to this evening on my old FT101 Zulu Delta Mark III and D104 microphone into my FL2000 Yaesu amplifier. And tonight I'm on my off-center fed dipole, and it looks like I'm not running that much, probably a couple of 300 watts right now. But anyway, and I tell you what, that 40 Ford that was out there next to y'all, I think his name's Bob over there in Rio Doso. I tell you what, I sure did bring back some nostalgia with that car. It's a beautiful 40 Ford. But I remember when I was an airman, I was hitchhiking cross country from California to Texas, and a guy picked me up in a 40 Ford, and I was riding with him. He scared the crap out of me. He had them white lines looking like one solid white line. They were going so fast, and telephone poles. It scared the crap out of me. That old 40 Ford would run now. And I'd love to have some of that weather out there in Rio Doso as well. So my hat's off to you there. Good evening to everybody else on the net as well. And we'll catch you later there, maybe next Wednesday. And good meeting you too, and all the whole group there, the 3870 group out there at Belton. This is KC5WLF, Cedar Park. Back to the net.
Okay, Jimmy. Yeah, that's Mike, KL7CD with Betty the Black old Black Betty, the 44 there. And yeah, she's a sweetheart. Anyway, let's see. Okay, Rusty, you want to take a shot at some and see what you can do here? KM5QS to WK5R. And somebody told me you were having a slight difficulty. Are you doing okay?
Yeah, that wasn't me.
Oh, it wasn't you?
No, it must have been one of the other Rusties. I know about 4 others besides me. K5IZ from Buna, K5RST from Zapata, and there's one in Dallas and one in Weatherford.
Okay. Well, I don't know who it was. Somebody told me that Rusty had a minor stroke. And when I mentioned your call sign, he said, yeah. So, well, I'm glad it wasn't you.
No, it wasn't me. I think Henry heard that and put that out. He apologized to me the other morning. It must have been one of the other Rusties that are out there. But anyway, no, I'm fine. All right. I'm a WK5R, and I'm on my usual stuff tonight, the Kingwood GS590S and Audio-Technica microphone. I'm not running the 8877 tonight. I've got an issue with the keying relay. It's hanging on me. I got to check that out. I got fall break, so I got a few days that I can tinker with it. I'm on the homebrew GS35B tonight there. Hello, about a little over a kilowatt right now. So anyway, who else is out there for the Bone Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
Sierra Alpha Charlie.
Okay, go ahead, Don.
This is WB50 is in New Caney, running a GS830 into an 8 SP200 amplifier, Bazooka antenna, 45 feet. Over.
Roger. Well, it sounds good there, Don. Okay, I heard a station ending in Charlie. Was that you, Norm?
It was. Good evening, Rusty and the net. K5 Sierra Alpha Charlie, Norman, and Nederland. Kind of running late tonight. We've been enjoying the heck out of this beautiful, dry, crisp fall weather. Still running the KWM2 30L1 homebrew 80 through 10 inverted V D104 mic. Thank you, Rusty. Back to you.
Okay, Norm. I don't think you can make a Collins sound any better than that. Appreciate you checking in. Okay, I know there were some others there. Let's see who we got. Check into the Bone Anchors Unlimited net. Come now.
N5PL Foxtrot.
Okay, I think I heard Phil. Was that you?
Roger. N5PL, Phil, Vicksburg, Mississippi. Harry's on here too. He's rattling these tubes every time he keys up. I tell you, he's 100 miles across the state from me. It's old Collins that's taking care of it, though. He hadn't blown it up yet. I'm running KWM2 with a 312B4 516F2 and a high gold line microphone with a Heathkit FB200 and a modified cage dipole at 45 feet. And I can hear New Mexico quite well over here in Mississippi. He's doing a good job. This band is really nice. And good evening to Lynn and Jay and all the girls. Y'all doing good tonight, N5PL.
Okay, Phil. Your comment sounds good too there. And okay, who's next to the Bone Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
W5 Tango Foxtrot.
Okay. Go ahead there. That's a Terry, isn't it?
Roger. Terry in Laurel, Mississippi. I'm on my KWM2A tonight, driving the Heathkit SB220 on the low tap. I'm using a Heathkit Q multiplier, the GG125, and I find it helps out a good bit. No problem copying. Everybody's pinning my needle tonight, just about. So it must be very, very good conditions. The mic's Shure 404 Charlie hand mic, and antenna double bazooka up at about 45 feet. Thanks for letting me in, over.
All right, yeah, it sounds good there, Terry. We'll catch you next time. Who else is out there for the Bone Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
WJA.
Okay, good evening, Jim.
Good evening, Rusty. Glad it wasn't you, brother. Been there, done that. This is Jim, November 5, Whiskey Juliet Alpha, over here in southeast Louisiana. I'm on my 890 and my Alpha 78. I almost through with my Mark II and 820, so ain't gonna be long. 7-3's all in 5 WJA. Back to you, Rusty.
Okay, Jim. That 0890 sounds good as it should. And we'll look forward to hearing you with the older one on there when you get it on. All right, who else is out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now. Well, I may have run to the end of the string, Lynn. K5LYN, WK5R. Go ahead and see what you can stir up.
Isn't it that fun to have it in the winter like this, in the dark? Because we hear all these guys, like the two fellows from Mississippi, were coming right on in. And I sure am glad to see that sun setting a little bit sooner than it was. All right, this is K5LYN, Lynn and Austin on the cheap and easy SSB, homebrewed by KG7TR, Mike. And then he came along and built a companion homebrew receiver to go with it. So we're listening to on all vacuum tube homebrew equipment here tonight. Anybody else want to talk to boat anchors? I'm listening.
Whiskey 5 Hotel Foxtrot.
W5HF, talk to us.
Good evening. I hope everybody's having a fine day today. The name is Darrell, Delta Alpha Romeo Romeo Echo Lima Lima, located in Coombs, Texas. And I'm on a 830S today. I have the BFO 230, and I have the SP 230, and I have the SM 220 monitor scope going. MC50 microphone, and I'm viewing the ALS 500, probably doing about 400 watts there. Over.
Well, it's doing a nice job into Austin. You and I have talked before. I can't quite place you, but I think we know each other, don't we?
I'm not sure.
Okay, I'm not either. That's why I was asking. Well, we have re-established the communication anyway, Darrell. It's doing a great job. And the old kid in Woods live forever. You've proved it once again. Over.
Roger. Thanks for picking me up, and thank you guys for doing the net. Whiskey 5 high frequency, back to net control.
Nicely done. All right, who else for the net? K5LYN, listening.
Whiskey Alpha 5, Edward David X-Ray.
Okay, Byron, bring me up to date.
Okay, well, it's Wednesday, October 5th. That's the date. Good evening, everybody on the net. Sure glad everybody got to see me down in Belton this past weekend. Beautiful weather. And I forgot to collect that $5 for everybody for the weather, but I'll get it next time. Tonight, the rig. We are on a Kenwood, of course, but it's not a boat anchor. Sorry, it's not a boat anchor. It's a Belton Fine. I thought I'd test it out. It's a dinghy anchor, I call it. A Kenwood TS120S. That's the first contact I've made with it. It seems to receive good. Y'all sound good on it. But it's got some dirty pots. I'm going to have to tear the cover off of it and do a thorough pot cleaning and probably band switch cleaning. But other than that, it seems to work. Y'all can tell me if it doesn't. MC50 mic driving it, and of course I'm barefoot. So back to net. Everybody's sounding real good. Yeah, I like the getting on the net during the night time. K5LYN, WA5EDX, beautiful Bluffdale.
That deal's doing a nice job. It's doing just fine, and it's strong here. I would have thought you were on an amplifier, Byron. Now, I was kind of curious. I thought you might already be on that 520 you got from me up at Belton.
Negative. I don't even think I've got it out of the car yet. I unloaded the lighter stuff first. I'm not fully recovered from the weekend, so give me a week to get everything out of the car.
I understand. I agree. I think you've heard me say I've sworn off 100-pound radios, and even the 50-pounders are they're on probation. You know, we'll have to see. But no, that station you're on right now is doing a great job, and I'm curious. You know, why why that 520 didn't transmit, because everything else on it seemed to be working out, but I thought you were the man that would know in time.
Oh, yeah, I'll give you a report.
Okay, anything else for the net this evening?
Negative.
Great signal into Austin, for sure. Okay, who else wants to talk boat anchors? K5LYN listening.
Kilo Mike 5 Alpha Golf.
Alpha Golf, another great signal. Talk to us.
Yeah, let's give it to you, brother, on the frequency. Running the Yaesu 101MP. And just about 180 watts into a homebrew dipole. Take care, brother. 20 over. Kilo Mike 5 Alpha Golf.
I forgot your name. Remind me.
Yeah, Alex. Alpha Lima Echo X-ray. Alex.
Alex, nicely done. Yeah, nice signal into Austin, and nice that you came by to say hello to us this evening.
Roger, brother. Take care. All the best.
Okay, all right. We'll see you next week. We'll be listening for you. Who else for the net? I'm listening. Well, I'll tell you what, let's go around the table one more time. I think folks that needed to talk to me have done it. So, Jay, there's people out there waiting to talk to you, I bet. How about it? K5LYN.
Okay, if I can find the right foot switch here. I started to push down the other one and nothing happened. Yeah, it's a beautiful night. Well, I tell you, it's good conditions, not a whole lot of static. It sounds great. Everybody coming in great. And everybody still sounds cheerful even after getting tired. I'm kind of like Byron. I just got some of the last of the stuff out of the truck today, and I still got to finish unloading the trailer. But we'll get to it eventually. All right, folks, this is the Boat Anchors Unlimited net this evening. Is there anyone else out there that we haven't talked to yet that would have anything for the net? Come now.
W5ZZT.
Go ahead, Harold.
Yeah, good evening. I was trying to get my transmitter to transmit long enough to get in here. It's W5ZZT. I'm just on my S line here, 75S1, 32S1 barefoot, using a 444D mic into a inverted V up about 50 feet, and let's see, State Fair of Texas just started up here. It's the only place around you can go get two Fletcher's Corey dogs for $14 and everything. That's the cheapest thing out there. So I don't know if anybody's looked at the list of stuff at the State Fair, but boy, they ain't giving nothing away. Back to you, JW5ZZT. Have a good evening.
Okay. No, ain't nobody giving anything away right now, I'll tell you. Oh, me. Anyway, all right. Yeah, good to hear you, and good to see you down there this last weekend. All right. Anyone else that we have not spoken to yet? Come now. Okay. Anyone else have anything else for the net, even if we have spoke to you? Sounds to me like we might have worked the group. That's 26 total check-ins, including net control so far. That's not too shabby. Every one of you sounded great. And we sure did appreciate all y'all checking in and taking the interest in these old things. It's kind of fun to mess with them and get them going. So I'm going to say my 73s and pass it on to Rusty. And Rusty, you can do what you got to do. KM5QS 73.
Okay, Jay. Well, this is WK5R with the Boat Anchors Unlimited net. Is there anybody else out there that wants to check in before we shut the net down? Come now. Last call. Boat Anchors Unlimited net. Come now.
You double with somebody.
Did I double with somebody?
Yeah, I was just doing the last check-in. I was just kind of been sitting here listening to the net. Figured I'll jump in and say hi. 205 November Alpha Radio.
Well, good evening there. Are you on a boat anchor or are you on a modern rig?
I'm on a modern rig. That's why I wasn't going to check in for a while, but, I figured the more the merrier.
Not a problem if you're interested in what we're doing there. Where are you located?
I am in Oak Ridge North, just north of Houston.
Roger. Well, appreciate you checking in there, and we'll look for you again. Okay, is there anybody else before I shut the net down? Come now. All right, again, last call for the Boat Anchors Unlimited. Come now. Okay, hearing none. I appreciate everybody checking in because Lynn, Jay, myself, and a lot of these other guys out here know what it takes to put these old rigs on the air. We'll look for y'all again next week on Wednesday night at 7:30 for another round of the Boat Anchors. 7-3s, everybody. This is WK5R, now closing the Boat Anchors Unlimited net and returning the frequency to normal amateur abuse.